We're clearing them out. All 2015 trucks and SUVs from 5-star Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram are marked down with low prices during our summer clearance event. 2015 Ram Quad Cab with Hemi, just $24,900. 2015 Ram Crew Cab with Hemi, just $27,900. 2015 Ram Heavy Duties, $10,000 off. And remember, we'll buy your car even if you don't buy one from us. Visit drive5star.com. We're 5-star Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Experience the difference. Megan and Warner Robbins. Drive5star.com.
And right now we are joined by a lady that has been around racing for a long time. She is married to a racer, and her family has been pretty much involved her entire married life. And now she has a son that's 16 years old that is breaking into the game. We're joined right now by Miss Karen Fordham. Karen, it's good to have you with us, sis.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming to be with us. Karen, right away, I just want to start by saying that we had such a positive response and a lot of feedback with your daughter, Morgan, last week. Man, what a very fun young lady. And she was a little pistol, and she kind of stepped in for you. I know you were unable to make it, but for those of you that may not know that, for those watching that may not know your story, just kind of give us a snapshot of talk about Jim, your husband, a little bit, and how that Will has come into the game and racing, and how long you guys have been doing it.
Oh, Jim started racing when I think he was about 18 years old, so he was just 2 years older than Will. I always thought Will would be the one to work on the race car, never to drive it. He always wanted to tinker with it. Morgan was always the one that wanted to drive. And one day he just up and said that's what he wanted to do. So Jim went and talked to Jason and Lance Floyd, and they let him use his car, and it's become his passion. I mean, he loves it, absolutely loves it.
We're joined right now by Miss Karen Fordham. Karen is the wife of Jim Fordham. She is the mother of Morgan Fordham, who was here with us last week, and she's talking about her son, young Will Fordham, that's 16 years old. And Karen, I've got to ask you the same thing that I've asked Pam Harrington. We've talked to Erica Williams. We've talked to other mothers along the way. I know that it's one thing to have your husband racing, but when you've got your child out there, that is a whole different ball game. And as best I can understand, when Will came and joined that Junior Enduro Series, he didn't come in the first couple of races. I know they were getting the car ready and things, but Will came in maybe 4 or 5 races in, and he immediately caught on to it. And I'm not just saying that because you're here and you're his mother. I would speak kindly of him anyway, but I'm telling you, he's one of these kids that every lap you can see he's getting it more. He's getting more confident. He's getting closer. And they had a three-way race, Parker and Ridge and Will out there the other night. And I honestly didn't know who was going to win that race until it was over.
It was a really good race.
Yeah, but tell us a little bit about how you cope at the racetrack when your son's out there racing.
Not very well. I'm on pins and needles. And just like when Jim used to race, I did the same thing with Will. I cannot watch the start. I cannot do it. But I'm nervous. That's my baby out there. You know, he would die if he saw me say that, but it's true. You know, but to see him talking about, you know, when he comes in off of the track, you never hear him say anything. He goes straight to Jim, and he's like, "Daddy, what did I do right? What can I do better? How could I have prevented this from happening?" You know, he's wanting to learn, and for the first time in 16 years, you know, in his eyes, his daddy actually knows something. You know, so that's been eye-opening, and it's one of the first times he's ever listened to him. So, you know, each week I'm hoping to see him grow, because he is listening. He is trying to follow his daddy's direction, but his big struggle is the pressure he feels with his daddy and how well he raced and how many races he won at the track. It's Jim Fordham's son, and he's trying to be his own, become his own person.
Kind of get out from under that shadow there.
Right, because it's a lot of pressure for him, and and when Jim got to, and y'all know how it is in racing, when you win a lot, people begin not to like you, and at the ending of Jim's career, that was happening, and so now at the beginning of Will's career, he's picked up the people that didn't like Jim, and like this weekend, he heard that, oh, he races just like his daddy, and it upset Will, and I told, it's like I told Will, I said, that's the biggest compliment anybody can ever tell you, even though they meant it in a derogatory way, because your daddy was good, you had that potential, and so, it's just a struggle.
If you're just tuning in, we're joined live here at the restaurant by Miss Karen Fordham. She is the wife of Jim Fordham, and anybody that's been around Middle Georgia, around the Cochran area, I know that pretty much all these drivers kind of hit the same tracks. I'm sure he's raced at Swainsboro, East Alabama, places like that. And now their son, 16 years old, Will Fordham, has began his racing career. When we say has began, we mean just in the past few weeks. The Junior Enduro Series is a class that Chris Martin, the owner of the racetrack, is something that he put a lot of thought into. And Chris has a son that's 11 years old, and he wanted to race, and so Chris wanted to do this right, and so far we've got a lot of response, and the racing has been outstanding. Karen, I want to change gears a little bit. As I mentioned last week, I don't know if Mr. Buddy and Miss Colleen is watching, but some of the finest people, Mr. Buddy, Miss Colleen, we love you. Thank you again for letting me come fish at your pond. That is a world-class fishery. And I'm not going to tell you where it's at because I want to keep it a secret.
I'm not going to tell you either. I love it too.
It's an awesome place, and Buddy and Colleen Williams, man, some of the finest people that you'll ever meet. But over here, Mr. Brian Hester was telling me that way back in the day. Now that was on purpose. That was on purpose. I'm talking about. I mean, I'm not gonna say lying Brian Williams. I ain't gonna say that. Anyway, Brian Hester's who I'm talking about, and Brian grew up with this family. And when I say grew up, way back when they were small, Miss Colleen babysat him. So you guys, I'm gonna kind of let you take it from here and kind of tell us what that was like. Whatever you're willing to say, go for it.
Well.
I beat him up then, and I beat him up now.
Well, I guess now is the time to say I guess I'm sorry for all the things I did when I was little. Bare my heart on national TV or something like that. But Miss Colleen did keep me in line. I think there's a few bruises left after from years ago. But anyway, no, they did. And Buddy and my dad worked together a lot on a lot of road construction, so it's just kind of weird. We got away from each other through our teen years. We knew of each other, but she had married Jim, and then it was just so ironic, so weird that I built my house not far from her mom and dad, and her sister Bevan and her husband Sean, their son, and my son, Sean and Beverly's son, get in being good friends, and then Morgan and Will become good friends with Blaine, and the circle comes back around full circle again. So just kind of weird how that happens.
So Will catches the blunt from Blaine and them, just like I used to from that one.
Yeah, they've been well known for shooting holes through the shop with a gun. We still don't have the straight story on all that, how that happened. There's dents in the wall from tools being slung at each other, so it's kind of kind of interesting when them two are around.
That, I'm gonna tell you something, that is life in the country. And without giving you a longitude and a latitude, when I tell you this is country, it is country. But on the same note, like I told Morgan last week when she was here, your parents' place, that is the most beautiful place.
It is.
I'm telling you, if I had the money to buy any piece of property in this world, that would be what I wanted. I would love to have that, especially when those fields are nice and green, those rolling hills and that pond. Awesome. We're joined right now in the restaurant live by Miss Karen Fordham. Her son Will Fordham is one of our junior enduro drivers. She's also the wife of Mr. Jim Fordham, and Jim has kind of slowed down a little bit, Karen. He's had a little bit of health problems here and there, and I had an opportunity to see Jim. I guess it was last year. He came up to the tower. We talked a little bit, didn't have a lot of time, but give us a quick update on how Jim's doing.
Well, he wound up having to go back to the Mayo Clinic last Thursday. We thought it was going to be a checkup because he has to have another cardioversion. Well, they ended up keeping him. And he's going to have to go back and have an ablation done, and it'll be the final one he can have. So we pray that when he has this done, that it'll last him his heart will be fine. But he begged the doctors to let him come home Saturday. He said, I've got to be at that track before Will hits that track. So they let him come home, and we were 80 all the way. I mean, we come in on 2 wheels so he could see his baby boy on that track.
Right. Well,
but he's doing good, but I have to tell you though, I caught him. He was on the internet, and I thought he was looking. He'd been talking about getting Will another race car. So I got to looking, and I was like, I leaned over there. I said, isn't that like a late model? And he said, yeah. I said, Will's not going to a late model. I said, he's just junior enduro. He's not ready for that. He said, well, it's kind of not. It's not for him. And I'm thinking, oh, here we go again. One more reason Morgan Fordham is going to be mad.
Morgan kind of let that out of the bag last week, little bit. I mean, just a little bit. And she's like, I heard there might be. But, I don't doubt it a bit. But at the same time, I can understand because, I mean, Jim has always been pretty much at the top of his game.
Yeah.
And then, you get sidelined with health issues and things like that. And, of course, you've got to kind of shift your focus. But, if he's... What I'm trying to say is this. If Jim decided to do it, I know that he could come back and do it at the same level that he always did. I know he could. I have no doubt.
During his break, was it 3 years ago, somebody loaned him a ride, I think, and he run a race over there, and I think he started for him.
He
run real good.
And the track is so close to home when he couldn't race. I mean, he couldn't even go outside because he could hear it, and he just said, I can't take it. I mean, that's his passion. Racing that's his passion. So I'm glad to see Will picking that up too. And Morgan says that when she gets through with nursing school and gets her job, she's buying her own race car so that nobody can call her a second generation driver. She is a self-made driver. Did I get that right, Morgan? She is going to be a self-made race car driver.
We're joined live by Miss Karen Fordham, and we really do appreciate Karen coming and being with us. Last week I know that she wanted to come, and as she just mentioned, what was thought to be just a quick checkup, kind of in and out thing, a routine thing, ended up being an overnight stay, and it's all ended up good, so thank the Lord for that. But Karen, before we let you get out of here, I wanted to ask you, there was actually a couple questions here.
I gotta know about this. She has talked about that several times.
Yeah, and the question,
Superstitions.
the question is this: superstitions. Do you have any?
I do not. Jim Fordham does. He was racing one night in Cordele, and I love boiled peanuts. Well, he had come in with a flat tire. His guys changed the tire. He went back out. He got back to the front. Next thing you know, the tire just comes flying off. Well, they tow him in, and he sees me eating boiled peanuts. Oh my, it was my fault that tire came off because I was eating boiled peanuts.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, Saturday night. Now, this has nothing to do with him in a race car. This is Will. So Saturday night, everybody on the trailer is eating peanuts. Okay? Not one word. I said, y'all better don't let Jim see y'all eating peanuts. I said, that's his thing. You don't eat peanuts. I get one peanut, and the next thing I know, he is off of that bitch coming to the end of that race car. You put that peanut down. Put the peanut down. Now you tell me how a farmer who grows peanuts and pays for his race car with peanuts will not let you eat peanuts on a race car trailer.
Definitely a conflict of interest there. And Jim, I don't have a dog in this fight, dude. I'm telling you. Listen, you live in Georgia. I mean, how can you not have a peanut? But anyway.
Peanuts were grown on that in the field where that racetrack was
Right,
built.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you cannot wear the color green. I know when we were first started dating, I had on a green shirt. Well, he stops by another store, and I had to get a different color shirt before we go to Cordell.
Oh, man.
That's racing for you, man. If you're just tuning in, we're joined live by Miss Karen Fordham, and I tell you what, this is a great family, and you can see, they have a lot of fun. It's a family affair. Morgan was with us last week, and very, very entertaining young lady, and but a smart young lady. And Will Fordham, 16 years old, he has started racing in what is a new class, latest addition to our program. It's called the Junior Enduro Division. And what that is it is a pure beginner rookie class. This is not something that, drivers with more experience or any experience can come down and swipe the low-hanging fruit. It ain't that at all. Matter of fact, they have went to great pains to make sure that this does stay as a pure beginner rookie class. And Karen, before I let you go, I know that each one of the mothers that I've talked to, like Pam Harrington was talking about with Will, she just has to be alone. I mean, there's just certain things now. When you watch Will race, and I know it's still early on, and I would guess he's probably got 4 or 5 races under his belt. What is it at the track as far as when it's time for him to come up and everything? What do you do? Do you go to be by yourself? Do you go to the highest point on the track you can see the best? Are you filming with a phone or a camera? What are you doing?
I am on top of the trailer, videoing him. I'm between the stands and then the trailer, videoing everything from the time he's walking to get in the car till the end. So yeah.
I think and Buddy and Pauline have been coming too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have.
And they sit in the big stands right there at the bottom.
Well, if next time that Mr. Buddy and him come, if they're going to be there Saturday night, shoot me a text or something. Let me know.
Yeah.
I definitely want to come speak to them. By the way, for those of you that are tuning in, that have a child that is racing in the Junior Enduro, every single Saturday, we've done this for about the last 3 years. I have a little segment called Behind the Wheel. I do driver interviews, and we appreciate everybody that's done that. It helps to fill in the time, and we learn a lot. Last week, Keith Edge was my driver interview. We were able to talk about Johnny Tribble. It's not always about racing, but this coming Saturday, the Lord willing, about the same time we always do it, which is around 6:30 or so. We try to do it just before the drivers' meeting. I am going to be interviewing all of the Junior Enduro drivers, and I did not specify names because I know that some of them race some weeks and can't make it the other weeks, but if we have any parents, grandparents, or somebody that's connected with those Junior Enduro drivers, even if you're not racing, even if you're not bringing your car to run, I encourage you to come. I would love for you to join us, and we're just going to talk to these young men and young women, and they're between the ages of 11 and 16, and we're going to get their thoughts about racing, and we appreciate you coming in, Karen. You made the run from up there around Middle Georgia, and we really do appreciate you taking time to come down here, and I'm sure that we'll do it again real soon. And ladies and gentlemen, if you ever do get an opportunity to see this lady, her husband Jim, her parents Colleen and Buddy Williams, Will, or their daughter Morgan, say hello to them. They're great people. They'd love to meet you. And Karen, thank you very much.
Thank
we sure
you.
do appreciate it. Miss
Thank
Karen
you.
Fordham, all the way from Middle Georgia, joining us on the Deep Dixie Racer Report.